Age, it seems, is just a number for Joe Biden. The 80-year-old confirming today he will seek a second term as U.S. president in the 2024 election. He is the oldest person to hold this job, and he's likely to face a rematch against his Republican rival, former leader Donald Trump. Mr. Biden is asking voters to let him stay in the White House to finish what he started.
When I ran for president 4 years ago, I said we're in a battle for the soul of America, and we still are. The question we're facing is whether in the years ahead we have more freedom or less freedom, more rights or fewer. I know what I want the answer to be, and I think you do too. This is not a time to be complacent. That's why I'm running for re-election.
Mr. Biden's video message for his re-election campaign begins with images of the attack on the U.S. Capitol in January 2021. It draws stark contrast between his vision for America and that of his predecessor, Mr. Trump. Mr. Biden enters the race with a significant legislative record but low approval ratings. Should he win, he would be 86 years old by the end of his second term. Let's keep talking about this story with our correspondent Kate Fisher, and she joins us live from Washington, D.C. Now, Kate, most Democrats would say they would back Mr. Biden's bid, but given his age, recent scandals and divisions in America, does he stand a chance?
Certainly his age is a big factor. He will be 86 should he win the next presidential election at the end of his term, which is by far the oldest president the United States has seen. And that does worry members of his party and the voting public. But as for whether divisions in America will make any difference, of course, when he won the last election, America was also incredibly divided. So I think that is just the truth of the political landscape right now, and any candidate will have to deal with that. He does, though, have historically low poll ratings for a president seeking re-election. He's going to have to work hard on that. And, of course, his age means that working hard does take a lot more effort. Re-election campaigns, any presidential campaign, is hugely difficult, exhausting. It's rigorous. And the last time he stood for presidential election, it was during COVID times, and he was able to stay at home essentially for a lot of it. He did a lot of campaigning. It was something Republicans accused him of from his basement because he didn't get out on the trail. He won't be able to do that this time. He'll have to be out, and it will be exhausting. It's exhausting for anyone, let alone if you are 80 years old.
Mr. Trump, it's early days yet in terms of Republican primaries, but if he should get that vote as Republican candidate, we can see another Biden-Trump showdown in 2024. Does Mr. Biden, of course, this is looking ahead, do you foresee he will have what it takes to beat Mr. Trump?
Well, he's done it once before, of course, in the last presidential election, and that is what his team will be hoping and thinking and telling the American people about. Donald Trump did not manage to beat Joe Biden last time, as much as he tried to say that the election had been rigged. So Democrats will be hoping he will be able to do that again. He'll be able to point to legislative achievements he made during the first few years in office, and that's what he'll be doing when he goes off touring the country to do so. But yes, it's going to be, I think there's a lot of Americans who are exhausted by the idea of a Trump-Biden rematch. I think there are a lot of journalists who could be as well. It is not kind of the forward, future-looking idea that many Americans want. The fact that neither party seems to be able to find somebody younger and newer with better ideas. One of the reasons that Joe Biden is looking like the favourite Democrat in this is because there is simply nobody else of a calibre to stand against him. That's why it looks like he probably will win the Democratic nomination, because there aren't that many other Democrats that can win the amount of popularity that he has, even though that popularity is quite low. And I think many Americans are kind of exhausted by that. They want to see someone new, young and fresh, yet there isn't anybody on either side of the aisle to do that. Also, I think the Democrats will be really hoping that there is kind of more chaos among the Republican candidates. Yes, Donald Trump has said he's running, but there are lots of other Republicans who are considering a bid, and the Democrats will try to show that Joe Biden is stable and steady while the Republicans are somewhat chaotic.
All right, exhausting days ahead. Thanks for that, Kate Fisher, reporting live from Washington, D.C.